Russell Westbrook, KD are meeting for the first time since KD sent Westbrook a text saying he's moving on to bigger and better things. Russ was asked about the game and its significance. Take a listen.
All the speculation about how your club was going to be this year, and you're off to a 4-0 start. What are your thoughts on
What speculation?
how the team was going to perform?
Who said that?
I did.
That's where you went wrong.
What's your excitement level going into tomorrow? Not just the Kevin factor, but the fact that it's Golden State. Y'all went 7 games with them last season.
No, I play every game like it's my last. I play every game the same always, like I've been saying for years. Regardless of who we play, I'm going to play the same way.
In fairness, the dude is, every game he is pretty much on fire. Marcellus, I'll start with you. Do you buy, however, that this game is just another game?
Absolutely, because the results, because the production will be the same. The mental state may change as every game changes. Look, you don't need a Kevin Durant to one day walk up, your biorhythm's off, you're a little tired that day, lethargic one day, look distracted one day. But guess what? You get the same Russell Westbrook every single night. The dude's already shot 44 times in the game this year. Durant wasn't on the floor. He scored 50 points with a triple-double. Durant wasn't on the floor. Y'all acting like he needs more motivation to go out there and destroy whoever he sees. Same old Russell Westbrook.
We didn't say he needed more.
And he won't need.
We
He
didn't
won't
say
do
he needed it. We're just saying, is it there?
Yeah.
Listen, this is part of course for Russell. When Reggie Jackson came back to Oklahoma City, and a very similar situation, like going, Reggie Jackson's coming back. What do you think about what? Well, he's coming back. How do you feel? It's going to be a high game. He's just another player. I mean, that's just the way Russell likes to approach it.
He's smart.
If Kevin Durant was smarter, because he's already a smart man, if he was smarter, he would take a page from Westbrook. You want to shut down all this chipper-jabber about what's going on with you and Russ? Don't answer the question. That's what Russ is doing.
Amen.
That was a jibber-jabber Mr. T reference, I believe. That's just
He went there.
by the way, I think he's lying through his teeth. And it's
Yeah,
okay.
of course he is.
He's lying through his teeth. But I'm going to keep it, because this game, to me, if OKC continues to be good, this becomes the marquee matchup in basketball. To me, ahead of Cleveland Golden State. This is more interesting. What KD did, I love KD's my dude from DC. Love the guy. But what he did, he turned heel on the Thunder. And him coming back, them having this game is the beginning of something that could be iconically special.
But this is turning heel is WrestleMania. This is basketball where you see a guy like this, he's already fully motivated. You're talking about inconsistent players. Guys who one day give you 100%, one guy they give you 80%. That guy needs this motivation of who's across.
But wait, I agree with LZ in the sense that you're saying needs the motivation, and we're not saying that he needs it, but we are saying that whether he wants it there or not, inside
so
of
what,
his
he going to go for 80?
It's
Is he going to shoot 70 times?
It's on the table. It's on the table.
It's on the table.
It's on the table.
Do you see Golden State has given up 100 points in every single game that they played?
Defense.
Best story of the day happens now. Yesterday, Maryland's women's hoops team beat Division II Bluefield State 146-17. There's no footage we can
that's
get.
not a highlight.
No, these are the highlights of the game.
Yeah!
It's the only way we could show you what had happened. After the 129-point win, Terps coach Brenda Free said, I thought tonight was a good tune-up for us. We have so many new players. We played with a lot of enthusiasm and played really hard. And we got rid of those jitters. Now, unless your entire team is made up of freshmen or people who have never left their own homes before, I don't know that beating another team by 129 points is a good tune-up.
It is. It's a great tune-up.
Thank you.
One, you're not supposed to go out there and fully test yourself. It's a tune-up. When you get your car tuned up, it's not the Indy 500. You're checking your gauges. You're checking to see what kind of things you got.
You don't look to me, Michelle. I went to Maryland. I love this. I love every beat. I'm so proud. I have a question. Michelle, LZ, Marcellus, do we know as much about Maryland basketball as Coach Freeze? No, we don't.
I don't know.
She obviously knows what's best for this team.
Okay, look at this.
What's wrong with that?
0 points in the second half.
Lockdown defense.
Are they 18 to 22 years of age? If you are, and some of these guys or girls played against them in high school. Some of them played against them in high school. Like, you're acting like this
Who is that, Bob Beadle over there at the other table? You're a gal.
Come on, man.
Here's the deal.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Bluefield knew what they were doing, right? It's like when you go to the club, if you meet a girl, she's drunk.
Oh, my
you
God.
take her,
Oh, God.
Just take it back.
You meet a girl, she's drunk. Every single time that you meet her, she's drunk. Don't come to me saying, you know what, my girl's drunk all the time. That's what you got into. That's how you met.
We were all concerned.
You turned out nice.
I love my job too much.
I got really worried there for a second.
What are you talking about? What?
Yeah.
What do I look like over
I
here?
played at a small school.
My point is that it's not as if Bluefield didn't know what they were getting.
I know,
It didn't
but
sneak up on them.
That's a waste of every
I played at
time.
Columbia football, and we all know our story. rivalry program.
Yep.
I wish we could have played Florida State. Yeah, it would have hurt. It would have been bad. It would have been painful. But you know what? Let's see what we got against those guys. So.
And then what did you find out? You have absolutely nothing.
Zero.
That's what you
As
found
a
out.
team, but
Zero.
individually,
Zero.
maybe
Right.
get
So
some
when you take
confidence.
a girl home and she's drawn.
Welcome back. I'm joined by my favorite person named Matthew, fantasy expert Matthew Berry, discussing Week 9 strategy in a segment we like to call Ballers or Fallers. We don't like to call it that. They just made us. Matthew.
Right.
Derek
Beadle,
Carr.
you were my favorite person named Beadle. I'll tell you that much.
That makes me feel good. How about Derek Carr? What you got?
He is a fantasy faller this week.
Oh.
Look, he's playing the Broncos. Unfortunately, I'm a Carr believer. I'm not buying all this second half fade talk, what's happened the last couple of weeks here, but it's Denver. They've not given up more than 15 fantasy points to an opposing quarterback since week number 1, Beadle. Now, Aqib Talib not going to play in this game, it's looking like, but still, such a tough defense. Hard for me to have Derek Carr as a top 10 play, which is what he's been so far this year.
All right, so it's not him, it's them. That's fair. We're
Pretty
good.
much.
Baller or faller on Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah, I feel like you've used that line before. Not me, it's you, not you, it's me. Jonathan Stewart is a baller, Beadle, just like you are.
Aw.
Look, let's be honest. He ran all over the Cardinals last week. He's nothing short of fantastic. Since returning from that hamstring injury, guy's got almost 500 yards. He's got 4 touchdowns. And this is a terrific matchup for Jonathan Stewart. It looks like the Carolina Panthers are being serious about hey, we want to be careful with Cam Newton so he's not vulturing those goal line carries the way he was previously. So continuing to use Jonathan Stewart, he's an easy top 7 play for me this week.
All right, let's go back to the Raiders for Amari Cooper.
Yeah, and just like Derek Carr, he is a faller for me.
Makes sense.
Again, he's just not a big guy. He's terrific, but Denver allows just 5.7 yards per pass attempt this season. That is the lowest in the NFL. So really what you're hoping for with Cooper is that he breaks a long one. The few wide receivers that have had success against the Broncos are the bigger guys, the 6-foot guys. Remember Kelvin Benjamin in week number 1. Cooper's just not that guy. I just don't see him getting behind the Broncos defense. As great as he was last week, outside my top 20 for the week.
I like this next name. So does Marcellus Wiley. Sharkandrick West versus the Jaguars.
Sharkandrick West. I remember you in Sharknado. You
That's
guys were
right.
terrific.
Yep.
I'm assuming that Spencer Ware misses the game. He's still in the concussion protocol, of course, Beadle. And if he does, Sharkandrick West, because Jamal Charles on the IR, is going to get all the work here. And in the games last year where he got at least 20 touches, over 120 total yards and a touchdown in every single game, Sharkandrick West got that much work. You love the matchup with the Jaguars. You love every matchup against the Jaguars here. Sharkandrick West, who's still available in a few leagues out there on ESPN.com, is a top 5 play for me this week.
So this next dude, technically on my team, nobody cares. Against the Bills, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and when you say nobody cares, I think you mean Michelle doesn't care.
Fair.
About her own team.
That's fair.
Beadle, Russell Wilson is a terrific NFL quarterback who is clearly not 100% healthy. He doesn't have a rush this year of over 9 yards. He's gone 3 straight games without a touchdown pass. I mean, it's just, he's clearly not 100% healthy, and until we see it, it's hard for me to trust him, even in a week with 6 teams on a bye. Bills are 11th against the pass over the last 4 weeks, and in fact, against quarterbacks not named Tom Brady over the last 5 weeks, they've given up just 2 touchdown passes in 5 games, again, to non-Tom Brady named quarterbacks. Brady had his way with them, but I just don't see Russell Wilson having a top 10 game on Monday night.
Maybe married life is exhausting. I mean, what do I know? Next up.
They're definitely busy, there's no question.
Demaryius Thomas at the Raiders.
Yeah, Demaryius Thomas is somebody to me who has just such a high floor, at least 10 targets in 3 straight, 5 or more catches in 7 straight. Meanwhile, Emmanuel Sanders hasn't caught 5 passes in a game since week number 5. Thomas, a very good wide receiver, very, very high floor, which you always like to see in fantasy. The Raiders have really struggled in the secondary so far this year. Beadle, Demaryius Thomas is a top 15 play for me this week.
This seems to be the game that we should all be watching. This guy, Todd Gurley.
Fun one.
I don't know what to say here. Baller or faller against the Panthers?
He's a faller, and I don't think it's any fault of his own, but what teams are just stacking the line against him. Did you know he is averaging just 3.01 yards per carry? That is 40th out of 41 qualified runners so far this week. It's not a particularly great matchup against the Panthers, who are number 2 against the run over the last 4 weeks. So I think if you're Carolina, you do what every other team has done. We're going to stack the line, and we're going to try to make Case Keenum beat us. And so, unfortunately, I think Todd Gurley sees a ton of 8-man fronts in this game, a very good 8-man front with the Carolina Panthers. He's outside my top 10 this week, which is frustrating given how high you drafted Todd Gurley this year.
Yep, very aware. Last but certainly not least, Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott is a baller. He's a baller. This week, he's a baller in life, Beadle.
He's killing it.
I mean, what can we say here? Like, you had me at Cleveland. I mean, Dak Prescott's been the hottest quarterback in fantasy, at least 17 fantasy points in pretty much every game this year, except for I believe the first game of the season. Des Bryant back fully healthy. The Browns have just really struggled in terms of all facets of defense. Look, at least you guys have the Indians. Better days are ahead for the Browns. I mean, what do you want me to say?
I don't know.
Dak Prescott's a baller. Dak Prescott, who's still available about 40% of ESPN.com leagues, is a top 10 play for me this week with 6 teams on a bye and some other quarterbacks banged up. If you're looking for a bye week fill-in, Dak Prescott would be the first place I look to see if he's available in your league.
You know what? Kudos to you for trying to come up with something to say about the Browns. That's not easy.
You know what? Here's what I will say about the Browns, and totally legitimate. I think Hugh Jackson is doing an unbelievable job with that team.
There you go.
Like, they are so banged up. He has nothing to work with. Different quarterback every single week. Pryor, Coleman, all their guys he has done, and they compete every week. They play very hard every week. I think actually Hugh Jackson's done an unbelievable job despite the record obviously being winless.
Running for office over here. Like mayor of Cleveland.
Look, if I'm a Browns fan, I'm excited about the future because I do think there's hope there.
That's fair. All right. Well, thank you for making us smarter. Me, anyways. I don't know what these guys were doing. We will see you next week.
Yes.
Right now, some NFL superlatives with Mr.
Okay.
Bye.
Our first player is Jordan Taylor. He's a wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. He was voted most athletic Hanson brother.
Wow.
Awesome. Next up is Broncos quarterback Paxton Lynch. He was voted most likely to kiss the tips of his fingers like a French chef after a touchdown. Magnifique! Here's Adam Gotsis. He was voted most likely to grab the clippers out of his barber's hands and say, "Now I try." And finally, from the Raiders, we have Darren Bates. He was voted football coolio. There you go, everybody. Those are your NFL superlatives.
By Toyota. So J.R. Smith, guys, tried to rally the Indians last night by taking off his shirt while on the Jumbotron. Rosenberg, are we surprised this did not work?
I'm very surprised by this. I thought this was the cure for all things negative. Oh, really? It was JR taking off his shirt. However, if you want a silver lining, good thing it's his gimmick and not my gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
Another high five. 2-in-1 show.
He went to the well too many times. I knew it wasn't going to work. You can't go back to that
so the
well.
power's gone.
The power
of the torso's gone.
You only had the power when you won a championship. You can't will it on another team. Come on now.
I thought that kind of power never died.
Just bake some cookies like LeBron. He should have just baked some cookies.
Some passive-aggressive cookies?
Exactly.
The jinx cookies, those cookies jinx the Indians.
Are those passive-aggressive?
The best kind. Winner, oh my, David Ross's groin. After David Ross smacked a home run to give the Cubs a 3-1 lead, he celebrated by doing lower midsection bumps with his teammates. What am I reading, Marcellus? Do we love this or love this?
I actually love this. I love that more than the home run, which was critical, which was crucial in the moment. A guy who wasn't even going to play, but then pitching changes allowed him to play. But pole pumping, whatever you're doing out there, like, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm trying to
butt
figure
slaps,
out
that's what we do in the
how
game,
in
baby.
the hell do we still have homophobia in sports, and this is okay during the World
Agreed.
Series?
That's
That's
the
what I'm
first
trying to
Well, obviously, they don't have homophobia. Obviously, that's one step towards no homophobia.
There you go.
The most important thing we got to point out here is that is not a professional baseball player. That is Tom Berenger in Major League. That cannot be.
No.
He's 50 years old.
I like it.
No, he's not. He's like 37. I looked it up. Rebranding winner. 2 minor league baseball teams changed their team names. Jacksonville Suns are now the Jumbo Shrimp, and the Binghamton Mets are now the Rumble Ponies. That sounds dirty. LZ, would you rather be a Rumble Pony or a Jumbo Shrimp?
I would rather be a rumble pony. I'd rather be the one doing the pony up than to be the one being shrimped.
Oh, yeah.
Jumbo Shrimp's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yay!
Rumble ponies? Rumble ponies? You have Genuine singing the national anthem?
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
I didn't even think about that.
Don't sing it. We owe money now.
I don't want to be a
love
shrimp,
scrimp,
though.
so this is a tough question. I'm going to get back to you,
Scrimps?
Scrimp.
I like Texas.
We'll be back tomorrow.